Hi everyone, my name's Natalie and I'm going to be doing a demo with one of our Christmas Blockbuster topper collections, and for this demo I've chosen to use the gorgeous Festive Nights. I love the way that the light dances off the Christmas tree in this one, so let's get to it. I'm going to be using this piece of cardstock and I'm going to be using the topper that matches this one. So just pop that out of your sheet, and then we're going to come back to pick out all of our embellishments afterwards. So I'm going to make a stepper card. So I'm going to do a 6 by 8 card, I think. So let's just bring this down here, and I'm going to cut this slightly smaller. So we're going to go for 3 under the 6, and we're just going to trim that there. And then I'm going to make sure that this is the same as well, so just 3 under the 6, which it will be, it's perfect. And then let's just bring these together, and I'm going to go straight through both of those at 3 under the 8, sorry, so that will match with my mats and layers. So then we're going to cut out our mirror for this, so I'm going to do 1, which is 6 by 8, and then my step is going to be the same height as where this snow starts. So that is 1.5 inches. So if I make my step 2 inches, we'll be able to fit that on perfectly. So I'm just going to cut out another layer, which is going to be, that one's slightly smaller actually. We need it to be 6 by 2. So let's just trim that one out. And then I'm going to bring in my scoreboard, and I've got a piece of ink me cardstock, which is 6 inches across. So I'm just going to bring that, and we are going to make our stepper for this card. So I'm just going to score that at 2 and at 4, and then we've got this space here to be able to stick to our card. So just folding that down. And then I can use my tape runner, and I can attach this straight onto my card blank. So you want to make sure that the edges are all neat on here, and then you've got an instant stepper card. So let's start to add all of our bits and pieces together. I'm going to bring in my mirror, and this is going to be the image that we're going to pop on the main panel of our card. So you can just go in with your tape runner and pop that onto here, and then I'm going to go back in again with my tape runner, and I'm going to stick this directly onto my card, and making sure that lines up really nicely on there. And then we're going to do some fussy cutting with this panel here. So I'm going to grab my craft knife, and we are just going to fussy cut up and along these Christmas trees. So these are quite easy to do, although they're quite like speckly like little dots. They do follow a really nice like rounded cone shape, so you can just go up and around the edges of those. I'm not going to fussy cut around those trees as well, the stars at the top, just to make it easier, and we're just going to go along the edges here. And then we will be able to pop this out. So just releasing that cardstock, and then I can just go in and take any elements that just stuck a little bit off there. So we've got these gorgeous trees now, and then you can trim off any little overhangs that you notice once that's out of the set. So this is going to sit on our stepper. I've got my silver mirror, which is going to sit on the top there. So you've got that gorgeous little design on that element. So let's just go in with some tape. I can sit this onto here like that. And you might find that like this bit is a little bit over the edge there, so we can, if we want to, be a little bit sneaky and just mark off where we want to add that back in, and then we can just take this little piece and we can glue that down onto our sheet, and that will just add back in that design and hide that little bit of mirror there. There we go. You could of course add that straight onto your trimmer if you wanted to, and cut it out straight and then go all in between to make sure that you get that nice and even. But let's pop this back onto our card. So that's going to fit on there really nicely, and that just gives you even more Christmas trees with that gorgeous view of the sort of castle behind there. So let's go in with the gorgeous topper, and because this topper is quite big, I think I'm going to pop this towards the left hand side of my card at the top, just to try and be able to keep as much of this design in there as possible. Obviously you could come a bit more centrally if you wanted to as well, because we are going to have that design in here. So I'm going to leave my middle frame out because there's a lot going on in the background of the cardstock, and I'm just going to go in with my strip foam pads on this panel here. So just moving them around. And then that is going to sit nice and centrally, I think, now on there. And then my topper, I'm going to double up my foam pads for this one. Or if you've got your 4mm foam pads, you can just pop those straight on, and that will give you the same height. So let's just pop those on there. And then I can just stick another 2 up here. That can go in the middle of our card, and then I think we need a sentiment to finish this one off. So I think I'm going to go with the Winter Wishes. There's this gorgeous little design, and I'm going to pop this just on the bottom of my card here. So a little square foam pad will fit perfectly on that bit. I can add that onto here, and then let's finish off with some crystal gems. You could also bring in your black gems for this, because they would work really nice and pick out all of those dark colours. But I think because my favourite thing about this topper is like the twinkling of the trees, I'm going to add that crystal colour. So I'm going to go in with my medium gemstones, and I'll just pop that up the side of my card here. So we'll go in for 3 on my stepper, and then I'll add 3 onto this side here. And then there is our card finished.